Welcome to Clearcoat Confessions, where the dirt gets hunted down and the shine hits like a knockout. From beat-up daily drivers to weekend showstoppers, we're breaking down the art of clean, one panel at a time. Detailing tips, insider tricks, and the kind of passion that doesn't wash off. So pull up, tune in, and let's make that ride look dangerous again.
All opinions expressed on Clearcoat Confessions are those of the hosts and do not reflect the views of any affiliates or sponsors.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 19 of Clearcoat Confessions. Tonight we have a fantastic guest joining us. He is a lifelong resident of North Jersey and owner of Super Clean Auto Detailing Supply. Patrick's background is heavily steeped in the automotive world. He spent a few years working for BMW in Jersey, even spending a year over in Germany before bringing all that experience back home to North Jersey. About 20 years ago, he launched a successful e-commerce business, which ultimately allowed him to walk away from BMW a decade ago. He is a true entrepreneur. Beyond Super Clean, his portfolio includes owning a few e-commerce brands, an e-commerce agency, and a warehousing and logistics company. A few years ago, Patrick started selling car detailing products online. And after solidifying relationships with Thor and a few other brands for retail, he officially opened a physical storefront in Teaneck, New Jersey. In March of this year, he also started producing YouTube videos. I believe that was this year as well, from our discussion last night, and he hasn't looked back since. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, make sure you do. You need to get over there right away. So head on over to Super Clean Auto Detailing Supply and subscribe. If you want to know
more on biography.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I put a lot of work into this, Come on, guys.
It was poetic. It was so well written.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be showing our appreciation if we didn't give you crap about it, Greg. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I'm blushing right here, believe me.
If we would have said something nice about it, you would have been like, "What's wrong, guys?"
Oh, God, I love you guys. If you want to know the caliber of the shop, just look who stops by to purchase products. He had some heavy hitters walk through the doors recently, including Rob from Talking with Cars and Sock from Detailing Made Simple. Can you imagine running into Sock? My first words to Sock would be, "Can you just please say La Beau Cosmetica for me?" You may also recognize Patrick from the awesome storytelling on his VinWiki videos. For those of you watching live, if you want one of those links, just type VinWiki in the chat. But a quick housekeeping note, don't abuse the chat commands or you will be timed out. Let's keep it clean. Lastly, word on the street is Patrick has some massive plans in the works for Super Clean. So tonight we're going to dive into his journey and see if we can get him to discuss the plans and the future of the brand. Welcome, Patrick. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Doing good. Good.
Good.
Got a little coffee here. It's kind of late on the East Coast, but we're here for it.
Yeah, about 6 minutes after 10. I get it.
Yeah.
So let me start the questions out, and then we'll get on with everyone asking the questions. So, year and a half ago, you started selling the car detailing stuff.
Yeah.
What made you branch out from your e-commerce business that you have, that's not car detailing, and into the car detailing world?
So with e-commerce, there's like lots of different ways to sell. And I started running into products because for a while what I was doing was liquidations too. So having the warehouse, it helps. I have the space. I could take on a lot of products. Sometimes we kind of just get stuff handed to us in a way because people just dump stuff. And auto detailing stuff, whenever it would come my way, I'd sell it on eBay. And it do really well. So that's kind of where I started to explore it. Now I have the automotive background, right? So it makes all the sense in the world to do. It could have been tools, you know what I mean? And I've always had a passion, I have a background. I mean, I could detail a car. I never did it professionally, but I have a background in it, and this just, lit that passion back up because I haven't done automotive for so many years. And it was just something special to just kind of get back into. So I started just doing it that way. And then I, officially sourced products the official way. And they did well. And, I had a couple marketplace listings, and people are like, hey, I want to come and pick up products at the warehouse. That kind of made me say, you know what, maybe I open a retail store. And that's exactly what I did. It's a little different when you're officially doing it, though. It's not the same. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Vice.
Yeah.
I have a question. Okay. So what are your top 3 products that you personally use for your personal vehicle?
For glass, Labo Cosmetica, Natido, where is he? So maybe he's watching, maybe he's not. Quiver Rogue for the soap, and I actually just started using Quiver Brake for the wheels. So I have a serious problem with brake dust. So I like German cars, and along with German cars, it's miserable. Yep. It's embarrassing, actually. My wheels should never be dirty, but I can't drive 10 miles without things happening.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
What dilution are you using brake at?
Lotion? Tire lotion?
No, what
dilution?
dilution?
Dilution.
Oh, the brake I've been using 5-to-1.
Using a spray on, or are you foaming it on?
I'm foaming it on.
Nice.
Using the X foamer. Foamer.
Right.
I don't know about doing a whole car with it. I think you could maybe get away with it with rinseless wash, but it's good for that. I like it too because of the spray pattern. Fairly tight spray pattern.
Right.
The precision tips for the AK kind of solve that issue. They're a little bit better than the
Whoa,
originals.
AK. Are we talking about detailing or something else right now?
IK.
Yeah.
Grammar police.
It's funny though. I have, what is it? The Foam 12 I have. The IK Foam 12. And without the compressor, it's
you'll be pumping that for a while.
It's just like
you can always add one. Does it have the Schrader valve?
I have a bunch in the store. I just don't want to do it. Easily do it, and it's funny.
I got Fantic hooked up to mine.
Yeah, anything will work, really. And it's I'm a bad salesman sometimes because I actually sold one today. I actually sold a compressor today to somebody, and I almost convinced them to just get one on Amazon because it's expensive. The IK compressor is like $160.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but he wanted it, so I sold to him. I think IK needs to make some improvements there, though. The hose they give you, that goes into the Schrader valve, is way too short. If they extend that by 2 inches, it'd be a beautiful thing. I can't help myself. I see all these, I have a product development background, so I see these things sometimes. It just bothers the heck out of me, especially for the price point. It shouldn't.
It's very expensive for what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The Xiaomi's and the Fantic that has the auto start stop are probably the best value for the dollar for that use.
Oh yeah, they're just good to have too. I mean, those compressors are just good anyway. Just to have in the car. I mean, it's different. I have a little compressor at home anyway, so that's kind of how I use it. The little pancake compressor, so I just kind of do that. But if you have to pump the thing, it's a nightmare. But that's why I like the X Former so much. It's so easy to use. It doesn't build pressure in the tank. It builds pressure as it goes, so it's like easy swap. So don't drop it though. Definitely don't drop it.
No.
Now we
Don,
leave that.
You got a question?
Yeah. Hey, Patrick. It's Don from Detail Obsessed Nation. With your quick growth, over the last year and a half at your store, do you have more room to bring in some more brands? And if so, are there any that maybe you can talk about that you're working on, or maybe you can't talk about it just yet?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's always room because what I do is I rotate products. So, it's retail's new to me, right? So retail's definitely new to me because my whole background is in e-commerce, right? For the most part, e-commerce and then after BMW product development. So I kind of had to learn how that worked. And at first I thought I needed to carry a whole product line. That was my mindset. Like somebody's going to come in and they're going to want a whole product line. But then over time you start to realize what the popular products are per product line. So my inventory is always changing. So for the most part at this point, kind of tuned a little. So like the stuff I have, it will sells, because you're floating a lot. I wish it wasn't that way, but it's not like an easy business model for somebody to get in. You need a lot of cash to start. So in order for me to optimize that as much as possible, I basically, whatever doesn't, if something sits like 60 days and I don't like sell through that inventory, I probably won't order it again. And then I backfill it with other stuff. So I always have room to grow. What I'm working on right now is I'm actually working on adding additional products for Technician's Choice. It's been really, really good for me. And it's actually for, well, two reasons. One, it's a good product, right? They make a great product overall. Like everything is just reliable. The other one is, and if any product, companies out there are listening, you should probably really listen to this because this motivates a lot of sales in my store. We have a high Hispanic community that comes into the store to the point where I need to learn how to speak Spanish. Technician's Choice does a really good job at explaining both in English and in Spanish. And a lot of brands don't do that. So if you're listening, you should probably do that because a lot of the Spanish-speaking community just they don't want to go through that. So it actually works out really well for a lot of people, and it's a good product. Adding, right now, I'm working on Superior. There's some, I think, things happening with O'Reilly's that now they're kind of loosening up who they'll actually bring in. I'm working on some others I can't talk about just yet because it might give them leverage. You said you were going to carry it now that my minimum goes up or something. But Superior is something I want to bring in. Specifically, it's good, but also because they have 5 gallons. They have 5 gallons available, and people ask for that all the time. The most I have now is gallons. So I'd like to carry some products in 5 gallons. I think that would be beneficial.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Rico.
Hey,
Birthday
Ricardo. Thank you, sir. Talking from Texas. So curious, kind of along the product line. I had a really good experience with my local detail shop. Had a lot of questions initially a few years back when I kind of started down the rabbit hole with it. And I found the 2 or 3 employees, they didn't have a lot of employees, not sure how many you have, but the 2 or 3 employees they always had there were insanely familiar and versed in all the products that they carry. Is that something that you expect, demand yourself, your employees? Because I know that made it a very pleasant experience, especially in the beginning. Even when I didn't know what question to ask, they normally were able to help me.
Mm-hmm. I think it's very important to know what you're talking about. So actually, the employee that I have at the store a lot is actually a young lady, and she knew nothing about detailing before. She's worked for me before for other stuff. She's like a Swiss Army knife. Whenever I'm starting something new, I bring her in. If she's available, whatever, And she's a very good student, and she's learned very quickly. The problem we run into sometimes, one is if they happen to find the store through YouTube, and they find her. Usually a guy walks in a store and they see a girl, they're happy about it. You know what I mean? He tells me all the time, he's like, I've never disappointed men so much in my life. But sometimes they assume she doesn't know what she's talking about, but she's actually pretty good. She's learned a lot really quick, and she's also helped me a lot with some of the marketing in the store. So I have screens in the store. In a couple different places. I want to add more, over where the cash register is, but I kind of took the idea from you go to Dunkin' Donuts and they have all the, the signage behind them with the screens, and that's so easy to create. You don't have, you go on eBay, they have these expensive things you could buy, USB stick, and you make it a video and you put it up there, boom, done, And she's helped me make a lot of those graphics because those are a lot of the questions that people ask, and she had those same questions. So having someone come in who's doesn't know everything is actually good because you can train them your way. I also have her reading up on manufacturer stuff all the time, or watching different manufacturers' videos, especially DIY detail videos, store videos, things like that, because they're very informative. And that's how she learns. So it's good to have. It'd be great to have. I'll be honest. If I had some retired guy who wanted that would to me would be perfect. Somebody came in like that because they bring a lot of knowledge with them. But to me, this is a good circumstance because there's no bad knowledge. You know what I mean? No bad habits. So basically, she repeats whatever I would say, which is kind of good. You know what I mean? Cool. So, but yeah, I believe that in general, you need some knowledge in the store, especially when it's a small boutique store. You need to differentiate yourself because if you go to AutoZone, they might have better prices on some stuff, even though I don't think I really carry. I might have 1 or 2 products that AutoZone has. They're advanced auto parts. But they're worse than Home Depot. They run away from you. So the experience for the small store is to, get your butt out from behind the counter and go help somebody, and it's not like a big walk. I mean, the store is not that big, it's maybe 20 feet deep, it's not far to walk. So I think it's important with a small store. And I'm sure that you saw the same when you went to your local store. They took care of you, they talked to you, and that kept you coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, put a pin in the conversation. I retire next October. I'm just saying. I retire next October.
You want to
far drive
from, Texas, you commute every day.
Hell of a drive.
He's applying for a job, Patrick.
Yeah. So, depending on how many videos she's watched from Thor, have you heard her say anything like "touched by God" or "the slaps"? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have to admit that sometimes. So you have to pull back.
Okay. Dave.
Oh, well, going down to me. All right. So, one question I had, and I noticed it watching your video today, was I noticed you're still rocking the old detail coat. Does it, affect you money wise or business wise, or do you just plan on moving all the old products to like e-commerce instead of keeping the old stuff on until you get the new, until you sell it out and then get the new new versions?
So I film ahead. That video was from like 2 weeks ago. No, I'm kidding. I wish I was. It actually was this morning. I filmed it and got out today. With all the detail codes. So this is going to surprise you. I actually ordered more of the old stuff in my last day. The ceramic specifically, I ordered a ton of it. Canceled some of it because they're out of it. I'll tell you why. The ceramic specifically, I don't know what they're doing there with, but I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't have any inside knowledge. That's going to change too. But the price was really good. And when we order as wholesalers, we get that same discount. So sometimes you got to do the opposite of what everybody's doing in that. Now, if someone walks in a store, some people just want a cheap ceramic, right? So I have a ton of the slim right now that I got for a very good price. So I'm going to just kind of hoard that for a little while. It's just cheap ceramic. It's good ceramic, but it's, it's going to be less than $60 a bottle at the end of the day. So you have to discount it now, right? So that's that. The other stuff, you'd be surprised. As soon as, so I had a lot more of that. I was very heavy in detail coat. And I don't have any more. Just whatever. I have back inventory of stuff, but whatever you see there is all I kind of detail coat, whatever you can make out in the video. But as soon as they announced, they ran their sale and then they sold out of stuff, right? Whatever they happen to still have on the site is kind of not really selling online. But as soon as they stock out of something, for some reason, people get nervous. And I sold most of actually all of the detail coat over the last month at retail. When they had heavy discount on it at 40% 2 weeks before, and I just kept it that way. And I said, let me see what happens. The first stuff to go was a Renaissance. Like I never sold Renaissance so fast. I was selling like 20 bottles a day.
Hey Patrick, could you get just a little closer to your mic?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
With the Renaissance, that was the first one because that was obviously the most popular product. That's what people really panicked with. As they stocked out, then I just started selling more. So now whatever's there is there. It is concerning when brands do that. I'll be honest with you. When they do a complete rebrand, because it could go a different way too. But you got to be smart about it. But like I even when I talked to my rep and I said I want more slim, he paused. He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Bro, not everyone cares what the brand name is. You know what I mean? Or if they're revamping it, people like that formulation. So just if they panic for the other stuff, they might panic for this. Or I just keep it in the store and." Like I said, I have a lot of local shops that they're looking for ceramic that's like $50-$60, and that's right up their alley, and they like how it performs.
A quick question for you, Patrick. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, I was gonna say I saw you were one of the last few that were selling the Detail Co. glass cleaner. So it's nice when you can shop at a local shop because they have stuff that not even the retailer has.
Might I add? He did not price gouge the stuff when other places had price gouge.
Exactly.
We won't mention any California companies that did that.
Yeah, they went up to I think $14. They wanted for that.
Yeah,
that's silly. That's really silly. That you really lose. Come on.
Jamie did put out a video earlier today about asking if he wanted to run back the glass cleaner.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I think
yeah.
I was reading the post on that, and a lot of people are saying, no, make something better.
A lot
What
of
were you
people.
saying, Greg?
It worked. It worked.
What
really
I was
well.
saying was Brandon Riley, who's got an M3, I forget what year it is, a convertible M3 actually. He's asking, what's your favorite BMW and what do you drive?
BMW. So haven't had one for years. So after I left, I just kind of got rid of all BMWs. I was an M3 guy, and then I replaced that with, what did I have? It was a C63 I got after that. So it's similar to a BMW. My favorite BMW of all time, though, is a E46 M3. And
E46. I was gonna say the same thing.
Laguna Seca blue with was a cinnamon interior, I believe. Yeah, cinnamon interior. Yeah. Very nice. Hard to find. There's actually a guy here, a local. If I ever do an event, it'll probably be there. Wouldn't be at the detail shop, it'll probably be there. And he's got like this beautiful car storage location. He also sells auto parts. So for classics, for classic BMWs, and he has E46 M3 there, just like I like it. And I think it's got like 1,800 miles on it.
Nice.
Wow.
Good Lord.
It's so crazy.
1,800.
It is so crazy. It looks odd. You look at this thing, it's such a time capsule.
Yep.
Let's scroll through some questions from the chat. We got quite a few going on. So,
all right. Well, DIY Driven Dave asks, what one product that you wish customers were more educated on?
Rinseless wash. For sure, rinseless wash. In a couple respects, right? Like the capabilities, like in one aspect of it, the capabilities of it. Customers. The more experienced guys, I wish they would understand that some people don't. They would have a little bit more grace with new people with rinseless wash, where they think that. And I agree that you could use rinseless wash for a ton of stuff, but I think you need to be willing to use rinseless wash for a lot of stuff. Like have a bunch of bottles to dilute. If people come in, they give me the side eye sometimes when they're going to have to buy a bottle to dilute something. They don't want to do that, so that they're not a good candidate. But I wish people would get more educated in it, because it's like a miracle product. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but I use it for so much stuff. I use it around the house. Funny, I use it for everything except for rinseless washing.
Is a lot of your customer base like detailers, or is it more home hobbyists?
Yeah, what would the percentage be?
Mobile detailers. Both percentage as well as dollar value. It's really mobile detailers. I was actually thinking of making like a little series where people come in with their vans, and I brought it up on a live. Didn't seem like a lot of interest. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, because it's kind of a pain to film. Because there's some really cool van builds that come all the time. They want to show me. Some not so much. Some vans need some work. They come in from like the Bronx, and there's like graffiti all over them and stuff. But no one's going to steal their stuff. Definitely not. You don't think anything's valuable in those vans. And then the consumer, sure, but it's basically mobile detailers first. And I have a couple shops that buy from me locally. They're mainly buying ceramic coatings, so they're not full blown detail shops. If they were, they'd have their own deals, their own contracts. They'd buy bulk. I wouldn't buy from either in that case. It's mainly like guys doing PPF, guys doing wraps, right? And they also do ceramic coatings. That's who's buying from me. Decent dollar value, because they're coming in and buying a couple coatings at once. And then, the consumers, regular people come in. Usually they find me on Google, or believe it or not, YouTube's been crazy. How many people actually show up from YouTube?
YouTube is an amazing way to market yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it would work a little bit to get some. The goal was to rank on Google. So like I said, I'm an e-commerce guy, so I understand how those algorithms work. So the idea was to put out videos to just show up on Google more for the actual Google business page.
You're doing something right, because you popped up on my feed like almost instantaneously as soon as you started doing videos. So you were doing something right.
It took a bit. So I put 2 videos out first that were kind of like teaser videos, because I knew with a brand new channel, like I have a little YouTube experience, but I'm like not an expert. But I knew if I put out videos, it'd take like a month for the algorithm to kind of really find it.
Find you.
I go back and look at my first 2 videos. I got like 80 views. Those maybe eventually will get more, but that's what it was. And then I started putting out more targeted content that I thought would be beneficial. But the idea wasn't to be, hey, let me get popular on YouTube. The idea was to just utilize that to Google rank the business to get more people physically in the store. it's kind of funny. It kind of worked out that way anyway, because even through YouTube, it does bring in. I mean, I've had people in there where two people and they didn't know each other at the same time that were from YouTube. Two people and they're talking. And it's weird, you know. I mean, it's cool,
That's
but it's
awesome.
like, wow, you guys found, and now they're friends, you know. And it's not every day, but it's at least maybe 4 times a week somebody's in there from YouTube, and sometimes you get like that where like multiple people come in. It's cool. I like it, you know. But I didn't think this was gonna do either, you know.
You had an interesting story the other night or last night or Tuesday night about Sock coming in and him taking off, right? You tell the guys that what happened there with what you both decided, what you texted him like 15 minutes after he left.
Yeah, so we were talking for a while. I mean, he came in, I didn't recognize him right away. A lot of people come in this store I don't really recognize, and the guy was he was giving me like a weird look.
That's
I was,
hey, dude, I don't fly that way. Thank you.
It's giving me a bit of a weird look. You know?
I'm flattered.
You know,
YouTube stalker.
And, yeah. And I was in the front because I was actually reorganizing some stuff. So I wasn't really paying attention. I don't really pay attention because people walk in. It's weird. You walk in and there's like a wall, there's like a TV, and there's like a cart, and then people either go to the left or the right, and then they're actually where the chemicals are. I try to keep the chemicals away from the front window. So in the front, there's usually not too many chemicals. It's more like towels and stuff like that. And I was like, after you, and he wasn't like going. And then I realized who he was, and we started talking, and we literally talked for like 35, 40 minutes. He left, and then afterwards I was like, man, why didn't we pull the camera out? Why didn't we pull the camera out, right? And the young lady who works there said it. She goes, you're an idiot. You should have recorded the whole thing. You're right. It would have been good because we weren't exactly on the same page for some stuff. So it would have, I think, been a really interesting video where we could have kind of went back and forth on it a little bit. But next time we'll probably do something. I'm sure.
Absolutely. Good excuse for you guys to hook up again.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he comes to Jersey all the time. So I'm sure he'll be back. It's just we gotta time it. I mean, I just met the guy. Would have been weird too to just say, hey, let's just turn on the camera and talk. And I know he was headed to the airport. I mean, he kept saying he was headed to the airport, but he ended up still staying. Yeah, I think he was in the store for like an hour. All said and done.
Yeah. Heading into the airport. I'm heading to the airport.
Yeah, you never left.
All right, let's get another question up there, Adamo.
Yeah, we've got 21 questions banged
21.
up here. Let's go.
Let's knock some of these out.
Absolutely.
All right. We already got that one. I think Chingy's the next one. Nope. No. Okay. John asks, okay, my brother handed down old buffer. It is a Coleman. It has a foam. Then you put a pad thing on the cover like a shower cap. That is the only way I know how to tell you guys. Okay, so it sounds like an old buffer. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like an old buffer.
Yeah.
I think he was talking to somebody else. Yeah, anyways. Good Enough Garage asks, I've seen your selection of MaxShine products in your online store. What attracted you to carry so much of their brand versus competitors that offered similar products? You probably want to watch today's video. It'll probably explain a lot of that. But go ahead, Patrick.
Good segue.
So MaxShine makes quality products. So I'll start with that. They do make good products, and they've been around for a long time. There's a lot of fly-by-night stuff out there that make things that look good, right? And even like the racks that MaxShine makes. Those are all the ones on Temu that everybody's copying. That was their design initially. But the point is with them, for me, is it's good quality, right? It's not like top A tier, but it's good quality. So for me, the lowest quality thing I'll ever have is still twice as good as something that you're going to get in your local auto parts store, or not local. You're like an AutoZone or an advanced auto parts. So I have that limit I need to stay above. But with them, they have so many different products. So where am I going to get, 20 different styles of brushes, and also pet hair removal tools and towels, and like a 3-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch backing plate, a 12-inch buffing pad that only works on boats. Like all these random little things I get from MaxShine. So it's I don't want to call it a filler brand because it's not, but it definitely helps me carry a whole lot of different stuff. Most of my polishing
like the Vivor brand of auto detailing.
a little bit, but the quality is like, when I put it against other stuff, I'm surprised every day.
Were they your first contract when you opened the store?
No.
No,
My first contract when I opened the store. So I don't want to say too much of how Thor's set up, but some of the stuff is set up separate. So DIY detail was technically my first one. I mean, for like a day. And then, like I locked everything down at once. So basically, I think we started with like 15 brands on the first day. But Thor, right? So through Thor, you can get a lot of different brands. So we started with about 15 brands, and now we're at like 22, 23, something like that. But that's where you kind of benefit too. So MacShine's good because they just have such a huge selection of different products. And then I'm always looking, right? I'm always looking to find more cost-effective ways to make things happen, or maybe even higher quality products. And it's a logistics thing too. Ordering a lot.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
How did you gauge what first products to bring in the store when you really didn't have an audience at that point?
So basically from online sales. So I went off of what like the most popular stuff was online, and I sort of, said, okay, this is a good starting point. And then I kind of went back and asked there's two other things. Then I went back and said, okay, what do I want in the store, right? How would I want the store to, what would I need in this store? And it's funny, the one thing that gave me the most problem, and you're going to laugh, is buckets. I couldn't find, and MacShine had them anyway, but I couldn't find a good quality bucket. I'm like, how am I possibly going to have an auto detailing supply store and not sell a bucket? Right. And you'd be surprised how hard it is to find a good bucket. I know it sounds silly, but it's insanely difficult to find one that's at a decent price. And I even think I'm overpriced on buckets, but I have them. Right. But it's what it is. It's if you want those, you want those. Also, the rep from Adam, you guys know Adam D'Angelo, right?
Yeah.
So he's a rep for both DIY Detail and Thor, and he was very helpful. So he helped me out a little bit when I was placing those first couple orders to get me down the right track. I needed a sounding board too, because it's kind of hard when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a big, especially those first couple orders, those are big.
Yeah, and big money too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're putting up a lot of capital just to stock the store.
Yeah, they're big orders.
Yeah,
it gets complicated too, because I did it in waves, right? Because like this is silly, but what I did was so the shelves got set up, right? So I had someone come in, and I have professionally set up retail. They're used, but professionally set up retail shelves. I see a lot of people don't do this, but you should, because there's a lot of flexibility in them, and they're done right. They're bolted to the wall, all the things, all that stuff. So as I started to load the products on the shelves, I started to see I needed more stuff. So I literally put up a picture of the shelves in like Photoshop. I was able to scale it based on the size of the bottles that were there, and I was able to see how much space I had left. And that's
how you placed your next order?
Yeah, before I opened. So the store was empty for like a month, like with just product in it, because permits and stuff like that. I didn't want, so then I just placed another order, and I started with a nice full store. So nice. It's simple, but that's what I did. That's how I made sure it at least looked full. I did not have everything. And you realize that as you go, because people come in and then they ask for something. And sometimes it's almost like you get defensive. You're like, I got all this stuff in here, and you found the one thing I don't have, But that's when you write it down and say, I probably should get that, and you find a way to make sure you have as much as possible.
Awesome.
So what's the go ahead.
Here's a follow-up to that, opening your and whatnot, or making your first order.
Chi-Town Zal asks, what is the initial outlay to open a detail shop or detail supply shop? Yeah. So like, what was your opening outlay for what you did, I guess, is what he's asking.
So you can't just include product, because you need shelving.
You need filler. Yeah.
Well, even just the shelves, right? So if you go and get like Home Depot racks or something, it's nothing. But like, look, if you think like a retail set, like it's in the thousands, like in just the shelves. Tens of thousands to get that all set up properly, and to make sure your insurance is going to kill you if a shelf falls and all that stuff. But it depends on the size of the store. But I would say, I'm not saying this is the initial outlay, but what you would need is some backup inventory as well, and some backup cash. It's probably around $100K to open a store. So it's not terrible, but it's not like opening a detailing business. So you need about at least $100K to do it, because no one's giving you terms. You have to. I own all my inventory. There's no terms. There's nothing. Everything you see is owned by me.
No revolving credit or anything like that.
Nothing. I just pay for it. That's the way to go. Some offer it to you, but then they get a little nosy with your financials and stuff. So I don't need to. So I don't. So I just basically go that route. it gets tough when you're like in that situation. Like with me, it's a little extra personal because it's all my money laid out, right? So like let's say things happen and the shipment shows up like 3 weeks late, which has happened. That's when my rep doesn't want to hear me at all because I get annoyed because first I'm losing sales and you look like you're going out of business. You know, I had a whole week. I had no APC in the store. I was all out of somebody come in and ask for APC. All I had was 16-ounce bottles. And you look silly, but it's like, I paid for it. I'm waiting for it to come.
Yeah.
So you gotta, and that's what goes part of it too. You have to be smart about it where, you know, I try not to store chemicals. So I have a warehouse too, but I try to not store chemicals in the warehouse. I will for a short period of time though. So I'll order and then I'll hold some in the warehouse. And I know that. So over time, you'll be able to figure out like your, the cadence of when you'll need the products because you can't wait. I don't have any other place to put them really. My shelves are full and I don't want to wait till the shelf is completely empty before I reorder. So basically once I go get the stuff at the warehouse, then I'll reorder.
You
Right?
get
So
down to a certain threshold and then.
Yeah. And it's, you got to be careful because I mean, it's hot right now, but I know it's only going to sit in the warehouse for like a week. You know what I mean? So, and it's not that hot, but it's also not 60 degrees in there. So these are all the different things you have to think of. I mean, these are products that
consideration.
Yeah. Like towels and stuff. I have a bunch that I overbought. And I have a bunch in the warehouse. It doesn't matter because they're towels, you know, but chemicals are, you have to be careful with them. They do have a shelf life, right? So there's just another component to it, you know?
Yeah, and there's always that customer to be like, "Hey, this shit was made in like 2023." You know, it's like, so you don't want to deal with the headache of that.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, I don't have any that old. It goes. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, and it's fair, right? If somebody sells you something that's from 2023, I mean, you should probably send it back. It's probably no good, you know?
Right.
It doesn't mean if you have something on your shelf from 2023, it's not good. That's different. That you try because you already bought it. You see, because stuff does last, but they shouldn't sell you something that's that old.
Right.
So along those lines, what do you monitor or where do you monitor to anticipate a market for either a new product that's come out or something that you know it's coming up on summer and you know you're going to need extra rinseless wash? Where do you go or what pulse are you monitoring to try to make sure you anticipate what stock or what products you're going to need for a surge or something like that?
So I can't say necessarily for surges and stuff because I'll be honest, the store hasn't been open that long to really say that. But I've been pretty good with inventory management just based on. So I put together different models based, and it's just basically pulling data out of, you know, I mean, I use Shopify for my inventory tracking, which is nice because it's also it's for the website and for the store, which that's why I use Shopify. I don't think it's any magic tool. I just think it makes it easy for me.
Man, that company blew up over the last couple of years. Shopify is killing it right now.
They simplified it. I mean, if you go back, I mean, I've been doing e-commerce for a long time. I remember how this used to be. You used to have to get a payment processor. You used to have to do all kinds of stuff and hoops to jump through to get a site. A website was not, even now people look at the Shopify plan and even just a regular business one, I think it's like $80 a month or something for the half decent business one. And they complain about that. You go back 10 years, you couldn't run a website for less than $300 a month properly, like have checkout and, you know, the tracking that Shopify gives and all that. So it makes business easy or easier anyway. So basically I basically just look at historical sales data to see what I'm going to need. And I'm pretty good with that. Like, you know, like doing the math for that, that's not a problem. Cause I mean, I manage other product businesses. So like, I know how that works. The problem that I have that I can't kind of predict is my suppliers. So let's say Thor's out of stock of something, right? And it's like a month delay or something. It happens, right? It happens with the towels a lot. Chemicals, not so much with the towels. That I have zero control over. Like I can't predict that. And they're not going to tell me that. You know, I'm itty bitty compared to some of these big stores. I'm sure they don't tell them. So that's the part I think that gets confusing. For new stuff, I watch YouTube. I see what other people, if, you know, like, you know, Kiva has some products, right? So Kiva is a great resource to see, not necessarily just his reaction. I'll then go and read the comments and see what people think. Yeah, that's kind of how I go about it. I see what's something that I should maybe look at. But for the most part, it's you know, basic stuff, right? Because it's, you know, how many variants of a foam cannon do you really need? You know, I have a lot. I actually have a lot of them, but it's you know. People like it's for the colors at the end of the day. I mean, that's what I think they're shopping for. It's like the different colors. You know, I'm going to stock, actually, we locked it down today. from Rob, I'm going to stock the Talking with Cars one too.
Yeah.
So starting probably whenever he drops them off, probably like next week or something. So we'll have that one too now.
My face was like my jaw hit the floor when I walked in my local detail shop and I saw that detail guy's foam cannon on their shelves. I was like, really? He's like, hey, people asked for it. I got it.
I have some. He sent me some stuff too. That detail guy. He sent me some stuff. I'm looking at that too. So I don't know. There's so many different. From every brand, there's something I could potentially sell, but I'm careful about what it is. You know, you can give me a 1 year or 2 year warranty all you want, but I need to know that you can actually do that. You know, so that's things that I look for. Even though I take all that with a grain of salt. You know, when
you have to.
I've tried to warranty stuff through certain companies and they don't do it. And honestly, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not going to.
It's like what Keith says. Keith says, I am the warranty at this point. So you're going to take care of the customer no matter what if you have good customer service.
Yeah. Yeah. And you see it a lot with Canons because a lot of people, you know, they'll mess up the filter in a Canon. They'll put way too much soap in it. And after like 5 or 6 uses, the Canon's sputtering and stuff. So sometimes I just take the Canon.
They never clean it out.
They never clean it. So
they store the foam sealant in it overnight, and I've seen a lot of stuff.
I should offer a service this way. When they come in and want it done for free, I could charge them. You know.
Most of the time, most foam cans are repairable, and it's not that expensive when you really look at what most of the repairs are. The mesh filter, or like the only thing that is not going to be cheap is when they drop it and break it.
That's on that. But I have a ton of mesh filters, and I don't sell the mesh filters. It's exactly for that reason when they come in. So if that happens, I know them all at this point. I mean, I sell like 6 different ones. Most of them are designed pretty much the same way with some different little things to get it out and stuff.
Different nuances,
Yeah, the nuances, how the pin comes out, whatever. So I'll just basically show them how to do it. I'll give them a free filter and say, look, next time it's on you. And that's we're done, you know?
Yeah.
And they usually appreciate that because I just showed them how to fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and they'll come. Some will obviously come back because hey, he helped me out.
Yeah,
let's go support him, right? So,
or they could come back in and say you sold me trash and you didn't. You know, so I want it. So you need to be educated in your stuff to be able to fix it. It literally takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do it. They appreciate it, and now they know what they were doing wrong, and it probably won't happen again. I've never had that happen to a foam cannon ever, because I don't do that. But people, they'll use it for 2 weeks, and because they'll probably foam their car every day for 2 weeks, and they come back in with that problem. And they're not trash cannons; they're really well-known names that it happens to.
Excellent.
Fernando.
I was going to ask you. You started off at you were talking about that. You started off at BMW, and it seems like you have a passion for cars or in the automotive industry with its detail. What sparked that at the beginning, or what was it? Was it childhood memories, or what got you into this?
So my dad was a mechanic. I wanted to be a mechanic. He said, you can't be a mechanic. You're going to go to school. So I went to school. I became an electrical engineer, minored in physics. And I ended up working for Volkswagen first. I worked for Volkswagen as an electrical engineer. I worked on some movie stuff, believe it or not, which is wild just to think about that. And then I went to so a lot of the automotive corporate facilities, Mercedes used to be up here too in New Jersey. For some reason, they're in New Jersey. So Volkswagen used to be in New Jersey. BMW is in New Jersey still. Jaguar Land Rover's in New Jersey. Who else? Volvo. So all these, their corporate headquarters. So then I moved over to BMW, did some engineering work for them for, it was like 3-4 years. And then I worked as a product manager and sales manager for 9 years. So I was very much involved in the auto, but it's just funny how that works out. Like I wanted to be like my dad. I wanted to fix cars. He's like, you go to school, and then ended up in cars somehow.
In
anyway.
the cars, yeah,
in a different capacity, right? But
right.
I wanted to work for Ferrari in my head, because I have an Italian heritage and all that. They were not having that. Not a kid right out of school. There's no way. No way. But I actually worked on the Bourne Ultimatum.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yeah. So they had a Touareg that crashed into a wall. I was on set for like a whole day for a scene that was like 15 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were a stunt double.
No. But I got to do that when I was at Volkswagen. That's the kind of stuff I did there. It was like not necessarily
That's
that,
really cool.
but doing things like, hey, you need to shut off the air suspension. The air suspension shouldn't do this when they go crash the thing into the wall. Instead of them just getting a steel suspension car, where it wouldn't happen to, you had me there trying to code that out, or, little things like that you end up doing. So it was actually really boring stuff, but you can go like on a set or something for a little while, which is kind of cool,
That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Sweet. All right. Another question from Chelsea Bailey will say, will you be carrying any products from Extreme Solutions, a New Jersey-based detailing brand?
I'm looking at everything right now. So I'd love to support a New Jersey-based detailing brand, but I basically go off of his demand, and no one's asked really in the store. So for now, I'm going to stay away from it. And it's not because I don't think they're good. I think they make good products. It's just I have a limited amount of cash flow to bring in new products. I'm trying to bring in a couple new brands, well, at least one new brand a month. So that's not one of them I'm looking at right now. I mean, if I had to choose between them and like Superior, obviously Superior,
You get more asks for it, right? So
yeah, because then you put the products online too, and then because what happens is people search for you. They're not necessarily coming to the detail shop because they might just search for that product. So you want to have stuff has a name,
Right.
Yeah.
And you become an official authorized dealer, and then you get traffic from their website. There's lots of different reasons for having as many big brands as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not to say Extreme Solutions won't, but I haven't. No one's asked, So
That's a very insider brand too. It's not as big of name outside of our industry.
Yeah. Yes. And even the ones that you might think I'm not carrying right now, but just for other reasons. But it's even some of those you might think those big, expensive German automotive detailing brands. The people ask me products don't necessarily. I don't believe they'll buy them. So it's interesting, So I try to.
Why do you think that?
I've had people, the same ones, ask for it. Well, I kind of did a little. I did a little test with some products that I unofficially got. They're official products. I just got them elsewhere. I didn't get them direct from this brand. And the same people that were asking for the product, I had them on the shelf, and
they didn't buy them.
Oh, cool. Oh, really? Oh, really?
They look great on the shelf. It doesn't mean that they actually sell, because then they look at the price tag.
Not one sold.
There you go.
Yeah.
I put them all on eBay. They sold on eBay, but in the store,
all those color codings, they look amazing.
Assuming that's what it is, yeah, But I'm just, it's just. And they were, look, I got these official sources. They're just like real products. I just didn't get them direct from the company. I paid more, but it was a trial because they want a heck of a commitment. So, if it was a smaller commitment, it'd take more of a risk. And also some of those, not to say anything bad about those kinds of customers who might use that brand, but the ones that came to my store were the same ones that, they asked for that. And then they want to know why a wheel and tire brush is $12. That's too expensive.
Yeah.
Along those lines, is there drama in a sense behind the scenes among the manufacturers where you'll approach somebody saying you want to carry their line and they say, well, no, because you already have a contract with so-and-so, they won't let you carry their line? I mean, I'm not asking name names, but does something like that exist?
Yes.
Yeah. Exclusivities. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's not always official. They don't officially say that. They'll want to know what you currently carry. That's why they ask. So it's not like, hey, what do you currently carry? I mean, maybe it's also for that to make sure that you're not like full of it. So they'll want to know what you currently carry now to see what kind of business they're already doing. But a lot of times they'll do that because they don't necessarily put their products next to others. And some outright say it. I want to be next to this product, or do you carry this product? Okay, you can do that. That's what bothers me when they say, okay, you can do that. We'll allow that.
It's your store.
You can do that, but if my bottle's next to their bottles, I'm telling.
I'm buying your stuff, bro. And honestly, like most of the time, I'm selling it. So, look, there's some cases where people come in and they're such fans of. It's usually like a YouTube brand. Walk right to it. Usually rinseless wash, okay, and they buy it. They don't need to know nothing, right? But a lot of times you're selling it too. So it just amazes me that they act that way. I had one brand tell me that they thought it was, and I heard this in the food industry that this happens, where what level stuff is at. And this brand said that they require you to put them at eye level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a
How am I-
Walmart type of policy.
It's like, come on.
Target and Walmart do that too. Like, it's
Yeah, they
like
charge more for
every
the middle
section
shelf.
is like yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, well, first, how you can enforce that, right? How you can even know? I mean, unless they watch my videos, they'll see all the products. Like, you wouldn't really know, but I mean, I'm honest, you know. Like I look, whenever I've done something wrong in life, I've gotten caught every single time. So
Yeah.
I break the rules. I don't break the
Me
rules.
too.
There you go.
I'm curious if Frankie, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, there he is. Okay. So yeah, Frankie, go ahead.
Put your pants
Okay.
back on.
So there's a lot of questions going down in the chat, so I didn't want to ask any of those. So I guess I didn't see this one. When you offer classes in your shop, do you see more of a pickup in purchasing and return customers?
So I don't do classes at the shop.
Okay.
I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
I could see why people do it though. So we do have a local store that does classes, and what I do right now, because we just don't have the capability for it, what I do is I actually just send them right to them. But same thing when someone wants a van build, we don't actually do them in house. It's a competitive. There's like 3 of us really, maybe 4, in Jersey that are like selling detail supplies, and I just send them right to them. I send them right to my competition.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, they do a good job in the van, and I mean, I'll even say it's a detailing world in Springfield, New Jersey. They do great training. So if somebody needs training, I just send them right there. They could even sign up to the website, but they're more focused on that now. They're looking more towards, from what I've seen, they're really focused more on the training than anything else, which isn't a bad model at all. I don't think it's
No.
bad. If I had to,
Are you limited? Like, let's say you want to do an event or something like that. Like, have a few vendors there. Are you limited in your space? Are you like in a little plaza where you're kind of like sandwiched in between like a salon and like a liquor store or something like that, and you can't really do something like that?
We actually have a salon right next door.
Do they buy
Hey,
any
that was the
products?
East Coast.
A salon on one side, and we have a tea shop on the other side. I wish it was a coffee shop. But as far as doing events and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily, like if I did a meet and greet or something, I do it at the store. If we were to do some kind of an event with training, I have locations that I can use for that I could put on a good show, right? If we wanted to do something. But
That's
the
cool.
store is it's packed full of. I basically utilize that 500 square feet for both stores.
Yeah.
And I utilize it to its absolute fullest. And to be honest with you, if it was any bigger, it would just be. Oh, and I'll be frank about it too. A lot of these, and I see these guys on Instagram and TikTok. Their shops are bigger because they're in like areas where the rent is cheap. It's very expensive where I am.
Mhm.
So I see how big the shops are, but they also have 20 feet between the shelves. I don't. I have whatever you need between those shelves. That's what I have. So there's a lot of stuff in there. I can imagine if somebody had like a 3,000 square foot store, how much money that would cost to actually make it look full.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm happy with
Absolutely.
the size. I wish it was a little bigger, but we'll see what happens
Don't we all?
here.
I mean, with all the brands, that you carry, I know we spoke about this on Tuesday. You can pick and choose, what in that line you can carry. How don't you get one of everything? Because some of us here like one of everything. So
David
the complete
Damo.
line.
I mean, not saying I don't get one of everything for myself, right?
There we go.
At least try out. But the reason why I don't get one of everything is because it's not that I don't think if I don't carry it doesn't mean it's not good. I just think there's better options. So
Okay. Yeah.
what I do is I carry. So it's like I carry 20 something brands, but I don't carry a full line from 20 something brands. I don't need 15 different tire shops. No one does, right? If you have say 15 brands, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. I try to pick the ones that I think are the best ones from those brands, and then I replicate that with every single product. Now, if someone asks for something specific and I keep hearing that, I'll get it in the next order. So, I mean, and I'm still fine tuning it, but over time, it's just kind of the product combination that works in the store that people are used to doing. And they're just kind of buying what I have. They get used
Right,
to it. It's
yeah.
like, oh, this is good. This is the stuff he has for this, and it works. The only product that's not like that, like actual brand that whatever I bring in just sells, is Quiver. Whenever they launch a new
Josh
product,
V.
people just buy it. So like
Wow.
yeah, like their new wheel and tire cleaner, the brake. I'm almost out of that. It's just it's amazing. But like whenever I
Did you
bring in
get that with? Did you get that with pan stuff too, or mostly Josh?
Josh, I think is the most as far as launching because he's launching new products all the time. Josh he's got the most loyal followings in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
in my store. DIY Detail has a heck of a loyal following, but DIY Detail isn't. They're rolling out new stuff, but Josh is constant. It feels like Josh is constantly rolling something new out. Or it just happened in a big batch now, right? So
Yeah. Well, he's trying to fill out his line, so he's putting out.
Yeah.
DIY was already established for like the last couple of years, so Josh is just starting basically last year, so he's still filling out his line. He's still got a couple of things that are probably going to pop out before the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. And even like DIY Detail, like I don't have everything from him either. People think I do because they think I'm a fanboy, but I don't. Like I didn't bring stuff.
Do you test the products like to get to know them, or every single line? That's cool.
Yeah, so like I have a
you
garage
get to play with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's you grab a bottle each and I just use it as I normally would. But even like what's it called? I actually used it the other day. Technician Velvet, I just brought it and I didn't have it before. Great tires. And I washed my car. I forgot the stuff at the store, so I didn't put tire shine on my tires until I got to the store to try it out. But so like I try everything. So my garage is basically full of stuff, but eventually that shrinks down because I'm not constantly bringing in new stuff, and I can only sometimes I give them away. Certain people, like if I have like somebody who's really a fan of a certain brand, then I have some extra, give it to them. Like customers that come in, I think it's a nice thing to do. But
That's
you have to. It sounds fun, but it's kind of overwhelming too. You only wash your car so many times.
I was gonna say the same thing. I buy so much shit that I was like, dude, I only got 3 cars, and I keep buying. Like, I just bought more soap last night, and I got probably a pack out full of like about 30 different pH neutral soaps. Not even talking about the alkaline and acids and.
See, Greg, I'm not the only one.
There's different. I don't buy gallons of Damo. That's where you're fucked up. You buy the gallons.
Listen. I buy gallons. Okay. Yes, gallons always. But when I'm buying gallons, obviously it's less per ounce or per product. But I'm also shipping it my way. So if I'm shipping it and I get a 32 or a 16. And then, I'm paying X amount for shipping, duties, taxes, brokerage. Then I have to order that gallon because I like it. And I'm paying shipping again, duties, taxes, and brokerage. So
and you got to pay old Canada's little slice of their pie and America's slice of the pie. Yeah, you get screwed in every different which way.
It makes sense. Yeah. Like as far as shipping goes,
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
Hey, Patrick, why are you sucking up to a Damo drinking Canada Dry there?
Just to clarify something, Patrick does ship to Canada.
I do.
I know.
I can't stop your government from hitting you again on it though, but I can get it.
No, I know.
Get it to you pretty.
I got your info from Greg. We'll talk.
What you do makes total sense though, because you're amortizing the shipping cost. I do the same thing with shipments. That's why I can't order under a certain dollar value because there's really no difference from. You're gonna love this. There's no difference from 1 pallet or 2 pallets. Let's say shipping from Thor to New Jersey, so that's Indiana. There's zero difference if it's 1 pallet or 2 pallets. So it could be like 1,000 pounds or 3,000 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a threshold
space on the truck, and there's no price difference whatsoever. So what would you do? Right? You can always order at least 2.
Yeah, I take a chance on everything because it's a gallon. Like I said, I order a small one, and then I screw myself. So
you can start bottling it yourself and selling it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's my next question for you. But I want to go. We've got 23 questions
Let's get
Let's
get them
speed
done.
through
on
them.
some of these.
Power through them.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Conway asks, have you used any of the South? Oh, there's a big surprise. Have you used any of the South Korean lines, and what your thoughts are?
Mostly Katiba. A lot of experience with Katiba. I really like Katiba, so it's good.
Are you carrying the Luminous line yet, or no?
One product from Luminous.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
Is it
funny,
the-
right? One product.
Is it
Which
Ninja?
ones?
No, it's their leather conditioner.
Ah, okay.
Really?
It's
I-
fantastic,
leather
actually. Yeah.
So
I wouldn't have saw that.
you didn't see that one coming, right?
No,
Nope.
nope.
It's really
Got a
good.
full product. Yeah, I had nothing. I couldn't. I'm like that. There we go. I hope it's good, and it was, thankfully. So I just carried their look. Not to say I won't carry more. Luminous is something I'm looking at to carry more.
Yeah.
The thing is really good.
They're redoing their line, so like their next shipment here, that'd be a good time to get into them when they redo everything because they're simplifying, from what I understand. So that's going to be really good.
Yeah. Fresh batch, nuance. So, okie doke.
All right, next question from good old Chingy. What pound for pound is your best bottom line, best line top to bottom, like overall line? I'm assuming.
DIY detail.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
It's true though. It's the pricing area.
Hey, but Quivers, it sounds like they're on their way up, nipping at their heels.
No, but as far as value, and I mean, all clean, incredible value, incredible studs, incredible value, winceless. I mean, it's just look. I'll admit some stuff from DIY detail. I don't think it's worth it, right? It's just I don't believe in certain kinds of products, like I won't even say which one it is, but I don't carry everything. I try to carry the staples, but pound for pound.
Ivan's always watching.
Yeah, I know. So I think that's a good product to get into, especially if somebody's a beginner. It's a great product line to get into. They do a good job explaining it. And you know what? Not all brands out there have a YouTube channel that you can go, let me see how to specifically use this product. This is how Ivan wants me to use it. And, no, use it exactly.
That's what really separates them. They have the education and the products down packed.
They have 150 different ways you can watch how to do rinseless. So
yeah.
Yep.
All right. DIY with Kane asks, could you get built timber if you wanted? Does US built timber stuff go through Matt? And I'm assuming he's saying Matt Mormon, and I believe it does.
Mm-hmm. Still get it. Because still technically get it.
Yeah.
Next
question. Chingy asks, do you believe that a brand that manufactures their own product deserves to be ranked higher than brands that are blended?
Do you believe in a brand that manufactures? I don't understand.
So, like private label versus someone that actually manufactures their own product.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that they deserve a little bit more love than, say, the guy who blends it, or versus the guy who just has someone order it and slaps a label on it?
I always look at the end result of the product. How well does the product work? That's all I use. I don't discriminate on it, because on that there's like a lot of different stuff that people. I know there's some drama around that, right? Who's blending it, and it's just private label. You're just throwing your label on it. You're changing the color. There's some circumstances there, but not all. But I always look at what the actual end result was. I don't care.
In the end, you run a business. You're trying to make money. So,
exactly.
It's all about what sells.
Whatever the people are buying.
What sells, exactly. So that's all that matters. If it's good. If it's a good product, I don't care where it came from.
You won't be in business long. Yeah, you won't be in business long if you don't buy what sells, right? So
yeah, exactly. So if you carried everything that that were just like really enthusiast hardcore products, you'd be someone you're not going to stay in business. You need some of that stuff in there too.
Chingy approves of your answer.
He has people taking the bus from New York, the Bronx or Brooklyn to come over. Because there's a bus stop right out by his store. Load up their backpacks, whatever, then jump back on the 14 to head back over the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Because they have one. Apparently, there's an auto detailing supply store there that's a mess, and the guy's nasty. And he's not nice. And how can you have a messy auto detailing supply store? You clean stuff. Like, how can it? That makes no sense to me. You need to be organized. You shouldn't be selling it if that's not your mentality. We're all sick a little bit here. You know, we're
Oh,
very
Oh, absolutely.
but yeah,
Absolutely.
he comes, throw stuff, and he's buying gallons. He's got a big backpack, and you just hop right back on him, right back to New York.
My type of guy.
Yeah, whenever I see him walk in, I smile because I know he's buying like $300 worth of stuff.
And see, if he's making the trip, he's buying a gallon.
It's
There you go.
Well, maybe if you bought a 16 ounce, you could afford a car. But this is my thought.
He's in New York, dude.
I hope my wife is listening because I think I just justified buying gallons tonight. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All
Let us
right.
know how that works out for you.
Don, you've placed a question, and why don't you go ahead and ask?
Yeah, I just said, are you a 1, 2, or a 3 bucket guy?
I'm a 1 bucket guy.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
it.
There we go.
Yeah, foam rinse foam, 1 bucket. That's it.
All right.
If I even use the bucket, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Joel and Sal is your type of people. You should give them a call.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. J Farm asks, how do you sell to the common guy coming in? A good, better, or best type of sale?
Oh, you've got YouTube videos about this. Shorts
Yeah.
that you've done about
Yeah,
this.
I ask them what they need, right? What they're trying to achieve. Then sometimes it gets more complicated than that. Do you own the car? Are you leasing the car, right? Especially if they're talking ceramics, they want to polish it. So it's mainly around what they're trying to achieve, and that's kind of the path we go down. And then I gauge it based on what kind of car they have, right? So if someone comes in and they just bought a brand new Porsche 911, we're going to look at different products together. Then someone
Chemical guys.
right? So or someone who comes in and they have like a scratched up old Corolla or something, right? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we're going to look at different stuff there. So that's kind of how I gauge what to sell them. But it's about having a conversation with the customer and talking to them like they're your friend. Like if you come into my store, it's like the way I act on YouTube is the exact way I treat customers, you know.
There's the star of the show.
There we go.
Next question.
We just got our
Next question.
ratings boost for the night.
Exactly.
If a new product is, Chris asks, if a new product is launching, do you normally get advance notice from the vendor and delivery prior to their launch to be able to take advantage of the hype?
Yes, but not as much as you think. Like a week and a half, maybe. And depending on the vendor, sometimes they overpromise and everybody's shipment gets sent out late anyway. So it really doesn't. We don't take advantage of that. So it really depends. It's luck sometimes. If you want to commit to it, you commit to it. I don't always do it because I don't feel like I benefit from that hype. So I might wait a week and then wait. Okay, everybody else's late stuff goes out, and then I get my stuff normally, and then I get the traffic when I get the traffic.
Yeah.
You know.
Next question. Anytime now. All right, here we are. Chris asks, Patrick, I see you break down packs of towels. Would you ever break down chemicals into small volumes, maybe pre-diluted?
No. And the reason is because of this is boring, but I'll be quick about it. There's different zoning. Like I said, I follow the rule. There's different zoning in my town. So if I do that and put something, because I looked into this to actually have big like drums where people can just refill certain products if I can get in bulk. And apparently, if I were to do that in the town and the county that I'm in, I would then be categorized as I am doing bottling and manufacturing, and I'm not zoned for that, so I can't. Even though we're talking little bottle, I still won't do it because that goes against what the town would say. So no, I wouldn't.
All right, next question. DIY with Kane asks, in what ways do you use AI for inventory and order management? You kind of touched on this a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I don't really use AI for that at all. I just use Shopify and spreadsheets. I use AI for other stuff, but not for that. So graphics, and it helps you with designing stuff for the website, but that's pretty much it. I would never use it for inventory management. AI is not that good at math.
Definitely do not use AI for data.
It's not good for math. It's great for creative. It's not really good for math.
All right, Chingy asks, do you have soft wash in stock?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
There you go. Everybody go to the
16-ounce
website.
gallons, what?
You're,
I may not be.
I have gallons and 16 ounce. See, everybody else is out of stock, and they had a huge sale on it, but people didn't take advantage of it, did they? And now
You're
I have
about
it.
to
At,
get
I have it at
inundated
retail.
with
Mm.
you're about to get
Yeah.
inundated with a bunch of orders.
You're about to
Go for
work
it.
late tonight.
You know?
Yep. Just in case you guys missed it, he does have soft wash
I
in
do
stock.
have it. It's free shipping at $150, by the way. So go nuts.
Boom.
Ding ding.
One of the only people that have it.
Yep. Well, somebody may have a gallon or two.
See why it makes sense? Oh, we in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Edmonton, to be
or 3 or
exact.
4.
Chingy's asking, is there a discount code?
You want one? Detail 10. There's your discount code. 10%.
There you go.
There you go.
There
Boom.
you go.
Thank you, Patrick.
Absolutely.
All right. Conway asks, do you deal with distribution businesses or direct to manufacturer?
So it's complicated, but yeah, both distribution and
Sounds like
manufacturing.
my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it's very complicated. Yeah, Thor is technically a distribution company, so they're technically distributing, and then I deal direct to manufacturers with some other brands.
All right. Next question. Chingy asks, which YouTube detailing creator do you watch the most? Who do you look forward to watching the most, if different than who you watch? All right, let me rephrase that. Who do you look forward to watch most, if different than who you watch most? I'm sorry, Chingy, that.
All right, you didn't rephrase it any better.
Yeah, no.
Chingy's in
That's
school.
California.
He's using all his grammar skills
Okay.
for his assignments.
You just repeated it. I mean, it's just say
Yeah.
what YouTubers do I watch most?
Yeah, I guess so.
Equally, man. I watch whatever comes up. I watch it. It doesn't matter the size they are. It's just I watch it. There's always part of it's I enjoyed, and part of it it's just research a lot of times too. I like to hear other people's take on ththings, and of course, Adamo's Garage always, all the time,
When was your last video, Adamo?
once a day.
What?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. I very much appreciate it. Thanks for that.
Next question.
All right. Chingy, and hopefully better grammar. Your home detailing your own vehicle using rinseless wash. I'm assuming that's a question because there was a period at the end. What are you pouring in the bucket? So which rinseless wash, if you're using it, are you pouring in the bucket?
So in fairness, I use rinseless wash for everything except for rinseless wash in cars. So just to be fair.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want to be fair about it, right? But right now, my favorite rinseless wash is the Yum Car one. I really like it.
Nice.
I use it to wash the floors in the detail shop too. So if you come into the store, it'll smell like some different rinseless wash, depending on which one I use that week. But I clean the floors in the store with rinseless wash.
Have you tried in the new detail code rinselesses?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. I have a little
Very
sample
vague.
pack. Little sample
Very
pack. I'm
vague,
looking at right
Patrick.
now. Well, you know,
That's okay. That's okay. I get
we're
it.
working on something. It's just not, happening quick enough. So I'm trying to get it done.
It's okay. Look at my sample of the V3. It's like a little guy, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the bottle. I just can't do anything with it yet. So.
All right. Chingy asks, what brand do you have most of in your home garage?
Probably between Quiver and DIY Detail. That's probably what I have. I use the most of. Quiver mainly just for the. I mean, that's really what he's had is the soap. I really like it, and just DIY Detail. I like it because it's not, especially their interior cleaner and things like that. I don't need something too extreme. I keep my car pretty good, so it works pretty well for me. So that's. I have a garage full of stuff. Cars. I clean cars, so, but it's not, I don't let it get too bad, so, but I have lots of stuff in the garage, but like, what do I use the most of is probably, Quiver and some stuff from DIY Detail. I have some stuff from brands that maybe some people didn't even hear of either, like Bubba's so, Jimmy, so his stuff, I love his soap. I use that every so often too on my car. So I have stuff from there. I use his wash mitt. He has a nice wash mitt. I use his drying towel. I actually need to reorder. I'm out of stock of all that stuff. So see, I also stock stuff like that where people never heard of it, but I'm able to price it price it well, and it performs. So, yeah.
Chingy's saying hey, I'm trying to buy some soft watch, but I can only buy 2 gallons at once.
Be honest with you, I think those are the last 2 gallons. So we have a lot of 16 ounce left. I think you might have the last 2 on. So no one's giving you any sympathy on that whatsoever.
Go ahead,
You want sympathy? Look through the dictionary through the word syphilis and shit. All right, Conway asks, have you ever brought in a brand and realized you hated it? Or do you test stuff before you bring it in?
I try stuff before I bring it in. So I've gotten samples, realized I hated it. But yeah, I always try stuff before I bring it in. The manufacturers, it's different now. It's different now. Now, if I ask for samples, now I get the samples. But when I was first starting out, I actually had a lot of brands turn me down completely. They didn't want to deal with me at all because I didn't have any history, really. Now it's funny. It works. Now they do Googling and stuff. They see whatever, but they'll deal with me now. But they'll send me samples. But in the past, what I did was I would just buy them myself and try it and see if I wanted to stock it or not.
Yeah, that's the best way, is to be safe and sorry than order a bunch of shit and then you're stuck with it.
Yeah, it's garbage. And then if you have any kind of, conscious, you're not gonna, I truly don't sell anything. I don't think that works. Everything works. I'm happy with everything. So I don't put myself in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're asking all these serious, super serious questions, and they're all great. But what's the one story where somebody walked in, asked a question or asked for something, and you just said, "Get out, get out, get out"?
That was when Greg walked in.
When someone was trying to correct my pronunciation of Labo Cosmetica, that almost, yeah. No,
So he kicked sock out.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's.
You have to be patient.
You have to be patient. I had someone. I mean, we're a pretty good area, but if somebody steals or something, that's happened. I had a guy, he was in the process of stealing and he didn't steal, just from words I said. He put the stuff down and just walked out, things like that. I don't get disrespected too much. The young lady that works for me, she gets disrespected quite a bit. So I'll warn everybody, if you guys come to the store, please be nice. I mean, if you say something to me, it's okay. But if you disrespect her, I'll probably just ban you from the store. But the guy that came in was it's like people before money. I don't care, even what are they going to
Absolutely.
give me a bad review after but it's like, sometimes, like you have someone come in and they think that she doesn't know. I had one guy came in and he wanted her to call me. I was home because she obviously didn't know what she was talking about, quote unquote. And she could have schooled him in this topic, what it was. That was the funny thing, but it's just, it's weird sometimes, so we haven't had too much where it's too bad. And also you got to be patient because sometimes people are either ignorant or sometimes people come in and they have like an ego about certain stuff. I've had people come in and talk bad about the products on the shelves, or, things like that. But if you don't want it, don't buy it. I mean, somebody else will buy it, and you like other stuff I have too. So you don't, hate my opinion that bad, so, things like that happen all the time because the detailing community is very opinionated. That's just kind of the way it is.
Really?
Kidding.
Yeah. Why
I get it all the time too. At my dealership, I got people I got girls that answer the phone, and the first thing they do is like, "Can I talk to a man?" And I'm like, "Really?"
It's sad. It's very sad. But
well, to put this on a
patient.
brighter note, your soft wash in gallons is already sold out.
There you go.
Chingy
I think
bought
it was
the last
Chingy.
two.
Yep.
On its way to California. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Let's get some in here. All right. Tom's detailed instructions asks, has your product preferences changed based on your dealings with these companies on the retail side of things?
Yeah, mostly positive. Mostly on the positive side of things, though. So some companies have impressed me with, and what I mean by this is how a company will handle a problem. So whether it be a mishap with something as simple as shipping, where they try to make you whole, the amount of trust that certain companies give you. Like if I get, and this has happened, you get like a pallet of product and you send pictures and videos of stuff, and sometimes people don't want to believe you when stuff comes damaged, you know? So if they do that, that's somebody that it's like, okay, well, I'm just not going to order this kind of product from you anymore because you're not going to back it up. And other companies I've given like stories to that you would swear I'm making them up, and they're just like, yeah, no problem. We'll just UPS it to you, you know, no questions asked. So that's kind of how I, you know, determine, you know, who's trustworthy in my opinion when stuff goes bad, not when you're taking my money and I'm ordering products, you know? So that's how my opinions have changed. But for the most part, it's been positive. I've been impressed by most of the people that I've dealt with.
I've got a question, actually 2 questions. First question is, any thoughts on creating a super clean brand? And the follow-up question, I'll have a follow-up question when you yeah.
I've thought about it. And the only reason I've actually really thought about it was to offer something value-based in the store. Probably put on the site too, obviously, because why not? But it's just to offer something value-based in the store to, you know, bridge some gaps. And if I were to do that, I could probably, because I'm kind of an honest guy when it comes to that stuff. And I can imagine what true margins are for some of these companies, because like, let's say, I won't get into those details, but the margin's probably really good. So I can actually undercut a lot of companies a whole lot by having a very affordable yet high quality line in the store, which I think there's always a market for that, to have some stuff that's just affordable and good. And that's kind of why I would do it. Not to, you know, change the world with stuff, you know, nothing crazy. It would probably be very basic stuff. You know, some kind of a, you know, pH neutral soap, tire shine, and like wheel and tire cleaner. You know, like that's the most popular stuff that I sell. So that's probably something that I would consider doing. Not quite yet though, because it's just like there's just so much outflow going with, you know, all the different cash flow that's required to really run a store. But and really you know, it's I'm trying to focus on, you know, a couple different things right now too. So with other stuff going on with the store, but it's definitely something I would consider, but nothing that I've really put too much effort into.
And the second part is, you've opened up this storefront this year, but you know, you're really taken off, obviously. But where do you see Super Clean heading in the future? Are you going to be branching out? Are you going to be opening up more shops? What type of plans can you talk about that you might have?
So the way I looked at the store was almost like a test, right? So it was almost like a pilot to see how well it would do. So I tried to find the most cost-effective way to go about it while still opening a pretty good-looking store. For the future, what I'd like to start to explore looking at is potentially offering a larger facility that we would potentially have our own detailing there as well, because I do get a lot of people that walk in off the street asking if we detail cars. What I'm doing right now is I just refer detailers. So I have like a thing, like a little fishbowl thing that it's actually not, it's a Max Shine measuring cup. And I have a bunch of business cards in them, and I, you know, depends on what they want. If they want ceramic coating, I'll give them this card, whatever. And I refer, you know, I refer to detailers. I could essentially bring that business in house. If I did that, I'd also want to maybe add like a base concept to it. So that's kind of what I have in mind. It really comes down to how well the sales are here in this store, and if it warrants me investing even more into this, right?
Yeah.
But if I see it going well, it's probably something that I would really consider, especially like the base concept. I think could do really well here in the Northeast because of the winter. But we shall see, right? We all need like dreams and ideas for stuff to kind of look forward to. But even right now, it's just, there's a lot, right? So the store is pretty new still. I'm trying to, you know, I mean, the YouTube's kind of taken off a little bit. So that takes, I mean, I'm pretty efficient at getting stuff done, but it takes up a lot of time too. So basically it depends on how well the sales are, really.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Let me ask you a question. So most detail shops sell DI water.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sell DI water?
We don't.
And why don't you?
I looked at it.
500 square feet.
Yeah. I could have.
They can pull up in the back, right?
Yeah, no, they could. I looked at it, but it's not. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze.
Honestly, it's just not profitable.
I don't think so, because there's people out there to do it. Maybe I looked at the wrong kind of systems, but I looked at a lot of systems, and it's just, especially if you're looking at how the water degrade or how the filtering degrades over time.
There's always upkeep.
Yeah, there's a lot of upkeep, and then like, what happens if like you're the one buying the water, and it's like you're like at the tail end of that, right? Now you bought some bad water, like, and I think honestly, it's more of a California thing.
Yeah.
With the water, people have asked, but it's just I don't see it for us like as a profitability. Making really all that much money from it, because it is a decent outlay for it. And there's upkeep, and then it's like you swear people forget that you have a water bill too.
Yeah.
So now we for now, no. Maybe if we move into a bigger facility and I just happen to have the room, because it would be kind of hard to set. I could do it, but it would be kind of tight. Maybe if that was the case, yeah, but right now, no, definitely not. I just don't see it.
Okay.
Bryce, I love how you asked that question like it was controversial, and then there was a second part.
No, I mean, I feel like every single shop sells water, and I never really understood like how it is profitable, because they sell it for like what, $1 a gallon. So
how much does it cost you to filter and get it down to 0 ppm?
There's that,
making sense per.
And some people don't even sell 0 ppm.
Or some people rig the meter to make it look like it should always be degrading on that meter, always. So if, you know what I mean?
I know where that's coming from. I know exactly where that comment's coming from.
Yep.
I lived in Jersey for a while, and some people have to drive 45 minutes just to get a gallon of Target water.
Yeah,
and because the Target
have you
is
ever
45
seen
minutes away.
If you ever seen Jersey water, you know why you should filter that shit.
Yeah, North Jersey. Yeah. Let's clarify that. North Jersey.
Listen, it makes you strong, bro. Makes you so strong.
Yeah, you might grow a tail.
Like X-Men.
X-Men over here. Portable meter with me every time I fill up.
Oh, there you
go. Just to check and confirm.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, good idea, Frankie.
Frankie's out here in Southern California, and he's a detailer, so like he sees a lot more DI water than me, because I just don't give a shit. I yellow it.
It's so common there. I mean, look, I got some of my guys, man. They're stealing water from water hydrants. Like, you don't even want to know. Like, they don't care. They're just.
Well,
I'm not even joking. It's a thing. The guy straight up told me. He goes, "I get it from the water hydrant." I'm like,
"That's one big ass backpack."
That's a
better be using an iron remover on that freaking car, because I've seen the rust that comes out of those hydrants too.
Oh yeah.
Now that you say that, now it makes sense where Vice was asking as like a controversial question, because people are stealing the water.
You're stealing water here, yeah.
Frankie, you have a unique position in that you visit local shops all the time. Do you have any special questions you want to ask?
I mean, I was just because most of the shops around here, because I mean, just the Southern California detailing community, like almost every shop here has an event or a shop that does training, or they have an event where they'll bring in a distributor, and they'll do a whole like rundown of every product and educate mobile detailers on what how and what you use each product for.
KCX, Shine Supply, all of them.
Yeah, I just find it very very informational, and I feel like most of these companies, when they do that, a lot more they gain a lot more sales from it.
Yes, and it's something I'm looking at, because we've had some. I do have. It's not locked down yet, so I'm not going to say who it's with, but it's going to be sometime in September. We're doing something that's kind of like something a little bit bigger, where it's going to actually be the training, and there's some logistics to it, but it's actually depends on how you set it up. But it could be really good for the people, but it's also kind of profitable for the shop. Because they're charging for it, and even there's tricks you could do too. Like, we charge for it, but we'll give you $250 in free product.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I just got a $250 sale out of everybody who walked into this training. Like, so like it's worth it. But like, and then you provide. So if you set up a good deal, you could do it without like feeling bad about it, because they're truly getting value out of it. and good training is expensive. Like if you go like even at like Detailing World, it's just to do just normal 1 day of polishing training. I think it's $600.
Yeah.
I think it's worth every penny because and they're good. They're good there. They know, I mean, they're teaching you good stuff. So, I see the value. It's stuff I definitely want to do more of in the future because of what that does. It definitely brings in a lot of people, especially if they're fans of the brand. But we're still new, but the first one I'm going to be doing is in September, and I'm going to see how that works out. And if it works out, I hope it works out well. I'll definitely do more of it.
All right.
Awesome.
Let's see. I guess more question. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
One more question. Sorry. And how do you guys are a relatively new shop, but how do you deal with the slowness of winter?
So e-commerce.
Okay.
Most of my, not all, but most of my online sales are coming from anywhere but New Jersey. So that's been the idea. So that's also was partially the reason to kind of build up the social media more, to make the website more traffic to the website. I don't run any Google ads whatsoever. I don't. It's all organic, and it's all organic because of social media and also all the posting, that not just the videos, but other stuff. Like if you look us up, there's a lot of content that comes up, and that helps. And really the slow months is going to be about really, if you guys think I'm doing a lot on YouTube now, wait till the winter.
Yeah. You have a lot of free time.
Yeah, a lot of free time.
Well, you've got the other businesses too, right?
Yeah. But still, like it's the business should just kind of keep going. You know what I mean? So to me, it's, and whenever I do is like, whenever I start something new, I put all into it, right? I'm all in. And with this right now, I'm all in. And having just a successful detail shop isn't going to do it. Like we need to do something here. It needs to be something big. It's good. I'm happy with it. I'm very humbled. It's, I really appreciate everything that's happened, with the shop, with social media. YouTube's been amazing, but I work hard. I'm motivated, and I want to see where this can go, really where we can take this whole thing.
It's a good attitude to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a few more questions here. And we're at an hour and a half, so we want to bang through some of these questions here and let Patrick get on with his evening.
Yeah, let's do some lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Let's see it. All right. J Farm asks, what percentage do you sell online versus store?
70% online, 30% store.
All right.
Wow.
Go.
Nice.
Quick,
all right.
Next question.
Sorry.
Conway asks, do you prefer to deal with as a customer with someone new that knows zero, or someone that's a seasoned pro enthusiast that is well educated?
Everybody. So the new people, they're great. They ask a lot of questions. So I like to teach, so that's cool. Like, and I like to talk. So that's good. But when someone who comes in and really like knows their stuff, like a seasoned pro, I'm listening more than I'm talking. So I'm absorbing. So I like both sides of it. A lot of times people come in and educate me on the products I sell, and I welcome that because you can't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
All right. Next question. Conway asks, speaking of warranty, do you ever have customers that ask about warranty for a coating, or have a coating failed that they wanted a warranty?
No one's asked about the actual warranty. I think there's an understanding with coatings that, there's a lot of different environmental factors that can affect the coating. I under promise on every single coating. So I'm make sure they fully understand that if something's a 3-year coating, that's in the best environmental conditions. And also there's a percentage to that too, that I think a lot of people don't talk about enough. So is it 100% effective after 3 years? It's not. It's like 40% effective. So it's already failed. Once it's 90%, it's starting to fail. So that's why I think warranties are a little hard with coatings. But no one's asked, but I'm very clear with them. And I haven't really had anybody come back with something failed that I sold them. Anyway. Yeah.
I love this video. What about the guy with the wax? I don't remember what happened with that, with the wax that he had in his hot trunk, brought in. It was liquefied.
Yeah, it was separated.
Yeah.
It completely separated. Yeah.
Gotta get separated. All right.
I mean, what are you gonna do with that kind of stuff? It's like I can't help people when they store product poorly, or Look, I've had people drop stuff like certain kinds of products, and depending on who it is, I probably just, if I say I'm warrantying it, I'm just giving you a free one, and I'm not telling you the truth because I don't want you to feel bad about it, right? If it's a good customer, I'll just take care of them.
That's probably the worst feeling in the world when you're using a new product and you put it in your pocket and that the bottom of the bottle just pop, or the bottle and the nozzle just unattaches and you're just looking at it leak into the ground. You're like, why?
Yeah, it happens, so if I could, I just try to make it right for people. Like, it depends on who it is, if they're nice, if they've been there a lot, like I'll something I cannot warranty sometimes, and I'm not talking about a bottle, I'm talking about like a $50, $60, $70 product. I just give them a free one and I'm telling them I'm warrantying it because these are like stand-up guys. They're not going to want it for free, but I feel bad. So I just want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to, I don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouth, even though they cause it themselves.
Now I have a question. Do you sell certified only coatings?
No.
Pro coatings? No.
Okay.
No pro coatings. All right. Is that something you're looking to get into, or?
I don't have enough customers for that as far as just shops. So in order for me to do that, I think I would need more detailing shops,
more counts, that type of thing.
Yeah, like that, because none of the mobile detailers are going to use those coatings. They're not. Like, I have a lot of mobile detailers, a lot that come, right? But they're not. There's maybe 10 that I would say are truly professionals. Not from their words, but from their behavior and the amount that they're buying. I think in order to sell those coatings, you need to sell them directly to someone who has like a big shop and they're detailing it, and they're not going to buy from me. They can go. I wouldn't buy from me. I'd go direct if I had a detailer.
Direct, yeah,
exactly.
Hey Patrick, all those detailers are going to be walking in your store for the next couple of weeks, asking, "Am I one of the 10? Am I one of the 10?"
They know.
And Patrick's going to say, "Yes, you are."
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Exactly.
You get
everyone details with a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had a comment. Somebody is flying back that way. He's going to be coming into the store to pick up a bucket. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He hasn't got any buckets in stock. Shit.
He's got
any other
buckets.
questions? There.
Last one.
All right. Chelsea Bailey asks, with so many detailing brands entering the market, what separates a brand that you believe has staying power from the one you think is simply riding a trend?
What's funny? Some stuff surprises you sometimes because there's quite a few that are riding trends, like new stuff coming out, right? And like
a foam sealant.
Brands and so I would have thought that like Rick Ross's car wash, and you've seen this stuff, right? His products. I would think that it'd be complete trash, but you know what? I don't sell it, nor will I. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I was shocked at that one. But I think auto detailing is getting more popular. It's getting more mainstream. As that happens, you're going to see more and more brands trying to jump into it.
Yeah.
Trust what you know. I mean, be willing to try new stuff, but if some of it's very obvious. It's brands that don't belong there. It's brands that already have names for themselves. But some stuff really surprises you, like even the Rick Ross stuff. I'm like, this is a total meme. This is stupid. Like, what are we doing? And it's actually okay. So, but you just never know. You can't judge it. Like even like Jay Leno's Garage, right? They make some of the finest detailing products. Like if you guys have tried Jay Leno's Garage, this stuff is great.
Yeah, he makes good stuff.
He makes good stuff. And someone could say, hey, that's a cash grab. And I don't think it is. Like he's made good stuff. So I would just say
he's a car guy.
He's 100% a car guy. But even that, like, he's got a good team. Whoever, like, I'm not sure I forgot who the blender is, but he's using a good company. But even his team that's helping him roll out new products, right? Or new business ventures for Jay Leno, right? This is just another little like side thing for him. They're making sure he's not just using his name. He's putting out good products. But I would say always give everything a shot. If you like it, try it. But you're going to see that a lot. There's just a lot of stuff coming out of nowhere. But if it feels like a scam or feels funny, I would just kind of stay away from it. Or better yet, I'll make it real simple. If they give you no instructions on a bottle at all, they give you no application instructions. There's no place to go look up an SDS or anything like that. Don't buy it. Make it simple.
When I saw the Rick Ross stuff, I at first I confused him with
I laughed. I was like, this is dumb. You know,
I confused him with Rick James from like the Chappelle show. I was
Rick
like,
James,
what
yeah,
the
Rick
Rick,
James,
I'm Rick
yeah.
James, bitch. Guy, he's selling shit.
Yeah. I think honestly, I think Rick Ross got lucky with whoever his blender is. I don't think they meant to. I think it was just that was this. I think it was somebody just trying to get a cash grab out of the auto detailing industry because it's becoming so popular. I think he lucked out whoever his blender was, and they actually made a decent product.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, guys?
That's it.
So that's it. So
right.
wrap it up here.
I
Anybody?
got one more.
Go ahead.
I was looking at your website and I saw that you have those mystery boxes. Are they pretty popular?
Oh yeah.
I'm interested in them.
Yeah, I've sworn off.
There won't be any soft
mystery
wash
boxes.
in that one.
They're so popular. I'm thinking of making a big baller one, like a $500 mystery box because they're so popular. People like them. I enjoy them because I like to build them. So I make every one. Like I put them together, and it's like I like to. There's like every single mystery box that I try to do. Now, if you get the more expensive one, you'll get multiples of stuff, right? Not the same product, but you'll get like maybe 2 soaps or something like that.
Or 2 1-gallon bottles of soft wash that may have already been sold.
Yeah, maybe.
To me.
This is why I don't buy mystery boxes. This crap right here, because every freaking mystery box gave me vacuum aid for like I swear to God for a full like 6 months. Every time I ordered a mystery box, I got it.
You can't
something
do that.
like that.
You gotta mix it. So what I do is I give you something so you're gonna get an interior detailer, you're gonna get a soap, you're gonna get a wheel and tire cleaner, you're gonna get so I try to give you everything that you need to wash your car once to cover all areas. Obviously, I can't always give you a water spot remover or something like that.
Right.
But so I try to. That's the theme, basically, right? It's almost like you're getting one of those buckets from Adams, right? But it's just random brands, and that's why they keep coming back, and they like them. And I used to advertise that I give you a certain dollar value over. I stopped doing that because somebody gave me a really hard time about it. So if that guy's watching, it's because of you. You gave me a really hard time about it. So you do get additional value, and anyone who's gotten a mystery box knows that they get a significant additional value. I just don't advertise it anymore. What exactly?
There's always one guy. There's always one guy.
There's always
like
one guy. Yeah.
The Vegas effect, it's a gamble, right? You're gambling, you're throwing some money, and you're hoping to hit it big.
Yeah.
There was a ceramic coating in that mystery box.
Don't promise like one box will have a special prize and no one else gets it. That's someone that always pisses off somebody. Yeah.
I try to make them chemical heavy. I've noticed a lot of people don't. They try to give you like whatever, but I try to make them as chemical heavy as I can. I do have a weight limit in my mind that I try to stay under because for especially the $200 one, that's free shipping. So I try to stay under a certain weight limit, but you get more chemicals than anything else. And I think that's why people keep coming back for it. Is
that weight limit the same shipping to internationally?
It's no difference, actually.
Flat rate.
Just asking for a friend.
I ship there. I ship there pretty cheap, and let me tell you, sir, I fill out those custom forms just right.
Yeah, I do as well.
I will say I do think your towel bundles are genius, man. Breaking them up and offering them so you're not having to buy the full pack. I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah.
I made a couple for the store and people picked them up. I was like, look at that. And they didn't even they just it was luck actually, because they just kind of saw it and they saw how they're just in poly bags because I didn't have time to really put anything crazy together. But we'll see. I mean, they see people are buying them, so that's good. And I like that too, because I'm able to really kind of,
are they just singles, or are you doing like mixes of like, oh, hey, you got all the different towels you need in one bag, that type of thing?
So you get a single. So I tell you exactly what towels you're going to get. Right. So there's no secret to it. There's no mystery. So if somebody wanted to look at the value, they could do the math to see. I'm legitimately just charging them for one towel from each pack. Cause you might want to try Dirty Boy. You might want to try a rinseless washer. You might want to try, I have the baby goat in there. I have a free bird in there. What else is in there? Waffle weave towel. Right. So I just give you one of each and you could try them out. And then if you like it, you can come back and buy the full pack. And I think that's
a great idea.
You could get away with using one of each. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And as I get more inventory stuff, I think I'm going to make more of them, like just more different variations of them, but without confusing things so much. But I think it's a decent value, right? And it helps me too, because when I order towels, I order a lot of them. So it helps me, and they take up a lot of room because they're, so I like to, free up some space and stuff and be able to order more stuff. So it just helps me sell stuff a little faster too. So we'll see.
Well, one last question, pretty good question. I think I know what the answer is, but Dave, you want to read that for us real quick?
Sure. The loser asks, if you do offer a detailing service, what line of products would you use? Or what line or products would you use?
Honestly, I'd probably, this is going to sound like however it's going to sound, but I'd probably just make my
detail.
No, I'd make my own line to make it as cheap as possible for myself.
Okay.
I know what's popular, right? So I would know which blenders to go to. They get very similar products with similar results and just get it for a cheaper price, because you want, if you're detailing professionally, you want to keep that dollar per wash down as low as possible. So that's, to me, the best way to do it.
And buy it in
For the
larger
most
quantities
part,
too.
for the most part, most customers aren't asking what's in your van or what's in your, what's in your foam can.
I've only ever had one person ask me what brand I'm using.
Yeah, and it was probably a high ticket customer, right?
It was some dude with a Ferrari.
Yeah,
of course.
I could see that. Yeah. People, they don't care. I mean, and people, they're trying to like fake the funk so much. I have one guy. He has Coach Chemi bottles in his van in the doors,
filled with something else.
Filled with superior products. Yeah.
Filled with fire hydrant water.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the same guy stealing water from the hydrant.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That guy's got to figure it out.
Luckily, he doesn't watch YouTube, so we're good. But yeah, but he puts like Mac Shine in these things. And he says he's not cheating anybody. It's the aesthetic. He likes the way the bottles look.
No, and what's funny is that those customers, you tell them the name of a brand, and they don't even know what the brand is.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter what you're using. Trust me.
It's just what works. Right? So I tell people, see what works best for you, and you just kind of stick with that. You want to support a certain brand, sure, but don't poo-poo other brands because it's like
you gotta think about it like a plumber. Like you don't ask the plumber, yo, what brand of PVC pipe are you using? You don't ask that. You just want your pipe fixed.
You care about the result
brands,
at the end of the day.
Yeah. The brands are for my home garage. At my freaking dealership, I'm using Automagic. No one even knows who the freaking Automagic is, and I buy them by 5-gallon jugs. So it's like they do the job.
Yeah, exactly. It's the result. Yeah, it's the result in the end. And sometimes it's the detailers. It's their own ego. They're in their own heads, and they think they need certain stuff. But I sell them what I have. So if they like it, great. If they don't, they could always go somewhere else. To buy whatever they might need. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Walmart's down the street if you want to buy chemical, guys.
I've sent people to Walmart. Absolutely, I've done that.
What's your favorite tire dressing, Patrick?
The Blue Velvet from Tech Choice. Honestly, right now it's like I fell in love. It's so nice.
Oh, it's Blue Velvet. I thought you said Black Velvet. Okay, that makes sense.
Blue Velvet. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I saw a bunch of people talking about it earlier, and that'll about wrap it up tonight. Anybody on the panel have anything else?
No, thanks, Patrick, for showing up on our little podcast here.
Absolutely,
I really appreciate
guys.
your time.
It's been a pleasure.
Where can they find
enjoyable.
you?
Yeah.
Super Clean. What am I? Super Clean Auto Detailing on YouTube or Super Clean or supercleanautodetailing.com is the website.
For the best fire hydrant water on the East Coast, call Patrick. He will take care of you.
I will sell you fire hydrant water. It's not a problem.
He also has
Facebook,
a local
Instagram.
store in New Jersey. If you guys are local, and you guys can check it out.
Stop on by.
You never know. You might run into Sock there, who's usually on his way to the airport.
He's setting up shop.
Yeah. Patrick, thank you so much for taking the time to come on tonight. We really appreciate you spending the last almost 2 hours with us and answering all the questions.
Absolutely,
It was a lot
guys.
of fun.
That was a lot of questions.
With all this talk about
Appreciate
fire
it.
hydrant
Behind the
water
scenes.
and fake products, please listen to the disclaimer.
Yes, we have a disclaimer that we play, and we
Stick around for that message, please.
If you want to stick around for a little bit, Patrick, after the show, we'll have a small chat.
Okay.
And thank
sounds
you
good.
all the people for watching, and be sure to check out our Discord channel if you guys want to, and don't be a stranger. Come on in and comment down on the below, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Hit that Discord, boys.
I'll be up in Seattle tomorrow night with Dan's Diamond Detailing, doing a little Labo stuff with the Mustang, and another car that he has. So, all right, we're going to end it now. Let's please listen to the disclaimer, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Clearcoat Confessions. Just a quick reminder, the opinions and hot takes expressed by our guests today are entirely their own and don't necessarily reflect the views of the hosts. Detailing involves heavy tools and strong chemicals, so if you try any of the techniques or products we talked about today, you do so at your own risk.
All right.